Hey Leo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be getting your March 2025 Tarot and Oracle reading. We're going to be asking what's coming towards you. Starting with the Divine Feather Messenger deck. This is an Oracle message. And it's going to lay the foundation for our reading. If you guys haven't yet, please hit the like button. Thank you so much. It helps the channel grow. It's the best way to support the channel and ensure that I can keep on doing these readings. If you'd like for us to pray for you, everybody can chime in, get a lot of prayers today, say hi in the comments section, even an emoji, that works too. It's just something that we can focus on that represents your energy. All right, you guys, we have the message of the Pelican. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. And then we have the message, I am honest with myself and others. Wow, in March, it sounds like you're going to be getting real with yourself, getting real with other people. And it feels like you're taking the higher road, right? Higher ground. Choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise your vibration. And man, you know, everybody wins, but it's not for them so much as it is for you, right? Like they say about forgiveness, right? It's not for them, it's for you. Cutting those cords. All right, Leo, let's get into it. March 2025. We only take the cards that fly out. We respect where they lay. If they fly out in reverse, then we read them that way. All right, Leo, March 2025. We have... Okay. The World card. Ooh, I love that it ends with the World card. We'll be getting to that in a moment. But wow, what a breath of fresh air. So, yeah, it hasn't been easy, I think, leading up to the Leos I'm talking to. Hasn't been easy for you. There's been maybe some ruminating, going over situations and things, and maybe even stress and worry, things that usually come out in the dark, right? Like they keep us from sleeping. We can sometimes find ourselves staring at the ceiling, just thinking about things. It's not an easy feeling. And what it's done is I think that it's constricted your energy, which is the opposite of Leo, right? You guys are meant to shine out into life and shine by way of your relationships and affecting and connecting with people. That's why there's so many great Leo performers. So it's pulled your energies in like the Four of Pentacles and closed you down a little bit. And I'm so sorry, Leo. That's not easy. There's a nostalgia attached. Maybe this has to do with kids or memories, people from the past. We're going to jump into that in a bit. But then we've got this Two of Pentacles energy, which is kind of deliberating between things, kind of reassessing things, or possibly even reprioritizing things. And that's where the energy changes in your reading, because something is coming into the picture that takes you out of this place of just like worry and constant ruminating to like it's introduced something new, a new energy for you to consider. And we have the Queen of Cups upside down. I'm not going to get into her yet because we need more details, but we open up to the world, which I'm really excited to get to, because this is like opening a window up in your life and letting a fresh breeze in. So that could be travel, that could be people connecting with people from distances. This could be something to do with definitely closing this chapter. It's definitely closing an old chapter, but in the most healthy way, like and opening a new one, like new beginnings. So that's a really great feeling after what you've been through. So something happens where the energy changes, introduces a new fresh energy into the mix, and then things start to loosen up, and then fresh energies are introduced to your life. An old chapter closes and a new one opens. So that's kind of the trajectory of your reading. Now let's get the details. So Nine of Swords, what do you have to say to Leo about Nine of Swords? Please make it clear. Yeah, this has emotionally affected you. This could even have something to do with a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. It doesn't have to. But I think... I feel like a lot of you guys feel that there was some deception. Maybe something felt like it sabotaged you. Emotionally, it affected you. And I think you might have been building something with somebody. Could have been an earth sign, you know, it could have been that this person was a little more cold than you. Maybe in the relationship, in this dynamic, you were actually the King of Cups. When I said there, it might be a water sign, could be, but it could be that it was just like you were the watery one. You were the more emotional, compassionate, nurturing, more emotionally evolved and warmer one than the other individual here, which has kind of a stiff energy. You know, they were practical, logical, they think that way. And so this might have taken you by surprise because it doesn't feel like it's within their character to do this. And I think that you are actively building something with this person. The Magician card suggests, you know, that you guys were manifesting together. And then we've got the Seven of Swords. So this is an untruth. This is something like the wool being pulled over your eyes. Four of Pentacles. Yes, this is about healing. I love that. So remember when I said, you know, Leos are meant to shine out through their lives and express themselves and connect with people and inspire others. And I like that you are healing from this. This is making a recovery. But in order to, it feels a little bit slow. There almost feels like a little bit of aftershock to this. And it might be uncharacteristic of you. This could be the first time that you feel like you've shut down so actively. And so know this, that when you are feeling that Four of Pentacles, pulling in your resources, going into survival mode emotionally, that is actually an act of recovery. It's just the very first act, right? That's the first thing you got to do, batten down the hatches. You're on your way. What's the Six of Cups? Making new plans, leaving something behind. And you want to get back to that King of Cups again. You want to get back to that. You like yourself when you are that. I mean, I think that there was aspects of this dynamic that you really liked about yourself. You know how people hold a mirror to us and we have all different sides of ourselves. But there was something that was like soft and supportive, emotionally supportive, I think, about you. And so I think that's coming back around. You're going to be, I wouldn't be surprised if you have somebody that's really close to you, somebody either that you've known for a long time, they've been an old friend, or there could be somebody in your family, even a kid, that comes forward and just reminds you that you are, that you fully left this, that you're okay. And it's almost like they're coming out of the dark in this lonesome place of yours, like an isolated place, I'll say, to remind you like, oh, no, you're loved and you're cared about. And this is how important you are to us. This is how important you are to me, you know? And from there, that's a leaping place. That's something emotionally stable that you can count on. New deck of cards for this Two of Pentacles. That's what it is. Remember when I said right in the middle of your reading, another energy is introduced and it totally kicks you out of this place of like darkness and like survival mode and kind of needing to heal. It's this energy, whoever this is, this Knight of Cups coming in to remind you like, no, you freaking matter. No, this is how much you've impacted me or how much you've impacted us. This is how much we love you. And, you are leaving something behind. You're leaving something behind. I feel like you had just started to make new plans maybe with somebody, and you are finally allowed to shed that. You're allowing yourself to shed those plans and fully look towards your future and embrace this message that this individual is coming out with. I think that they see more than you realize, by the way. I think, Leo, you don't want to go out there in the world and shine your lantern when it's dim. You know, like you don't like to advertise when you're down. You don't like to advertise when you're truly feeling hardship and you're in survival mode. This person, they can tell in what you don't do. They know you well and they really care. And I think they can tell that you've been in your turtle shell a little bit, that you've been feeling cut off and isolated. And that could be for a host of reasons. Maybe you haven't answered calls or you're just not seen where they can usually find you. Whatever it is, Leo, but they're coming out to give you a message of love, basically. And so that's the energy that gets introduced. And now we've got our Two of Pentacles kind of now you're entertaining another energy. What's this Queen of Cups upside down? Who's this Queen of Cups upside down for my Leo? Four of Pentacles, Knight of Rods. One moment. Who's this Queen of Cups upside down? Knight of Cups. Wow. Conflict. Somebody's shut down. There's been conflict. I feel that it's advertised. I feel that other people are noticing this. People are seeing the effects of a conflict here. And I feel that people are rushing. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like you guys don't appreciate that others might have witnessed this conflict, this Seven of Swords. We have that deception again. And it's one of the reasons why I think you shut down, batten down the hatches. It's like, I'm not going to give any more to this drama. I'm not going to give them a show. I'm not going to give anybody a show. We have the Knight of Rods here. Knight of Cups. Devil. You're recognizing maybe a pattern, a toxic pattern here. And you're stepping out of it. That's like sometimes the best we can do is like, I refuse to entertain this toxicity. That's what that looks like. There's manipulation here. There's maybe even people rushing to, even the people who rush to make it better, can be part of a toxic pattern. I don't think this is the same person that comes through for you when you're in your isolated space and reminds you that you're loved. I don't think that's that message is over here exclusively. All right, so what's our World card? This is the card I've been looking forward to this entire time. Oh my God, you got like Lover's card, Two of Cups. If this is a love reading, I would say it's been a long time in waiting, but you have this soulmate energy bursting through this new chapter. Hanged Man energy, it talks about real slowing down of events. It's slowing down, and also a sacrifice is usually made for a really important perspective. In this case, I think that sacrifice was way over here where we began, the Nine of Swords. There's some real, I think you've had a chance to really sit in some uncomfortable feelings up until now. And I think that it's also allowed you to play kind of a vulnerable role in your life. It's one of the reasons why it's not so comfortable. You don't like to be vulnerable this way. You don't like to batten down the hatches and pull all your energies in and go into survival mode. You don't like to have to shut down instead of shining your light. You know, you were meant to shine. You are like a walking lantern. Even if you're an introvert, you are meant to shine out through your skill set or out through your connection with people, out through your vivaciousness, whatever it is for you that you're gifted with, Leo. It's usually shining out through relationships and connectedness with like source. So there was this sacrifice that you had to pay for some reason, you know, we're gonna put it in those terms, to gain this really magnificent perspective, because this new chapter has very much something to do with a partner, a divine partner. And this is equal reciprocity, equal give and take. This is a choice around lovers. This is, around peace and harmony with the Lovers card right there. A new chapter begins. Queen of Swords. Who's this Queen of Swords? Five of Swords. Fighting for what you want. Fighting for your vision and looking at things in a very black and white way. So stepping away from kind of that, remember when I was likening you to the King of Cups and saying, I think in this connection, you were the King of Cups. You were kind of wearing your heart on your sleeve and wanting to really be just an emotional support for somebody who is coming across as much more cold and stiff. And I think you have turned this corner and you know exactly what you want. The Queen of Swords talks about, it's a very unemotional energy. It's talking about things logically. I think you learned a lot in this conflict with the Five of Swords, and there's this real bolstering of your, I want to say vendetta. I don't know why, but you believe in a certain standard, and that's what you're going for with your future, with this. And that's what, like, you are turning in from the King of Cups, you're turning into the King of Rods, which is a visionary, which is a bold, courageous doer in life. And it's with the help of this clear, clean, strategic, logical, sometimes cutting energy of the Queen of Swords. So I think that has something to do with the perspective you've gained through all of this. I hope that is helpful. I'm going to remind you of your oracle cards. I am honest with myself and others. That's Queen of Swords right here. You've earned it. You've earned that voice of yours. I choose to follow the path of forgiveness and raise my vibration. Yeah. All right, you guys. Hope that's helpful. Take good care. Please like, please subscribe if you find these helpful. Bye-bye.